I emailed 600 civil rights coordinators in the state of Washington. Yeah. I sent them all copies of the protection order. Yes. I sent most of them, probably all of them, copies of the marriage certificate. I emailed them the expungement order from Guam. Yes. And they responded back, well, it's not my district. It is in your district. Because state law, yes, governs, yes, when children can begin school. Yeah. Now, I just went on the Quilcene website and they have a new website that they're making right now. Yes. And my sons are students at the Quilcene High School. And my son Zachary, yes, is in the 10th grade, going to be in the 11th. On November 1st of 2018, Bishop, was in the ninth grade. Oh, Now, when you think about it, this is really good evidence because it does prove the actual grades they were in, yes, in the year 2018. That was just last year. Help. Now, Deacon Budnick was in the eighth grade in 2018. So what I do, yes, I go to what the law says. What does the law say about enrolling students? Yes. It says that you can enroll them at the age of 5 years old. Yes. But just because you turn 5 years old doesn't mean that school starts on that date. It means that the next September you can enroll them in school. Now, since I did actually provide, yes, what could be hundreds of thousands of times, yes, the actual dates of birth of my sons. And then I did a calculation. Well, when would Zachary have been 5 years old? Now, I put all of this in the drive because I put drive links in the emails to prove the evidence. Let's see. You want to say that it's okay for them to graduate at 19 and a half years old. Or what you want to say is, we do not have to enforce your rights as a parent, Paul. But do you have to enforce the rights of the students? Yes. Now, I would say that since our marriage certificate was issued from the United Nations, all of my sons that are in the wrong grades, yes, their civil rights are being violated. Their due process and equal protection rights are being violated. Yes. And their human rights are being violated. Yes. Now, this nation is going to get sued because I'm going to inform my sons of their rights. Now you're getting sued in the United Nations. Yes. For violating the human rights of the sons that were born because of the United Nations marriage certificate. Now it's going to be one of those $100 billion days, Judge. See, each school district's kindergarten through 12th grade basic educational program, shall be accessible to, all students who are 5 years of age. Yes. Now, most parents realize that once your child turns 5 years old, the next starting school year is when you enroll them for school. And that's what we did in Vancouver, Washington when we lived there. Yes. Zachary did go to kindergarten in Vancouver. I remember going to parent-teacher conference there. And Bishop did begin to go to the kindergarten in Vancouver. And then we decided to homeschool. And since we do know that as a homeschooling family, there's a minimum of 180 school days per school year, yes, we as a family were sure to document that. Now, Zachary began school in September of 2007 because he was born in January of 2002. Yes. Now, I documented all of this so that you would realize, see, they have these little calculators, right? That if you put the actual date of birth in, yes, you can see here January 16th, 2002, 5 years old. I added 5 years to that. Yes. September 1st of 2007. Now you're saying it was 2008. September comes after January. Yes. He would have been 1 year old in 2003, 2 year old in 2004, 3 year old in 2005, 4 years old in 2006, 5 years old on January 16th of 2007. Zachary would have been 5 years old. Now, what idiot's got that kind of brain? Now, he started school in September of 2007. Yes. Now, the law says that he has to go to school for 12 years, unless, of course, the end of the school year is June instead of September. Yes. Because somebody said, well, he's only going to school for 11 years, 9 months, and 14 days. Yes. Yes, yes. Now, if you added the actual date of June 15th, yes, to September 1st, you'd see it was a full 12 years. Yes, it was. A full 12 years. Now, for you to say they're not in the wrong, for all of you, yes, that have the obligation to make sure that when somebody enrolls in school the September after being 5 years old, yes, that you do have to enforce state law, that if they are in the wrong grades, you give the parent that did not have custody of the child, yes, it's in many ways, it proves that my wife was not really that fit of a mother. Now, open to admission to all persons who are 5 years of age. And we did admit them into the school district. Now, I'm going to want him. I'm going to want them. Yeah. And I'm going to want my 5 sons. Yeah. And I'm going to want to sue you. Ooch, because I am. See, these laws known as the RCWs, establishing what is expected of students. Yes, with standards set at internationally competitive levels. Parents to be primary partners in the education of their children. Yes. Now, as a parent, yes, I'm wanting to be that primary partner and to play a significantly greater role in local school decision making. Well, I'm going to make some decisions in every school district, yes, of this state and every state, because my decision as a parent is this upsetting to you? That you intentionally abuse and neglect children because you cannot accept that you've committed one of the worst frauds in the history of this nation. And your want is to put me in jail because of how corrupt you are. Now, programs of basic education. RCW 28A150.200. Yes. The program of basic education established under this chapter is deemed by the legislature to comply with requirements of Article number 9, Section 1 of the state constitution. Yes. Now, obviously, it doesn't comply with the requirements of Article number 9, Section 1 of the state constitution when you have students in the wrong grade. Now, which states? Which states? Yes, it does. The Constitution itself, it states it. Now, just a second here. Are you messing around? Well, let's look at RCW 28A150.211. Yes. This is the one I'm going to get you for the United Nations on. You are not honest, you do not have integrity, and you can't be trusted. You do not have respect for yourself or others. Yes. You are not responsible for your personal actions and commitments. You have no self-discipline and you do not moderate. Yes. You have no diligence and your work ethic is not positive right now. You do not respect the law or the authority of the law. Now, for every police department that doesn't understand these, what they call values and traits recognized, see, these are the basic values that you want to instill. Yes, it is. Into the students, right? The state did not make its paramount duty of the state to make ample provision for the education of all children residing with its business.